Okay, so it's quite late at night and I'm heading off to watch the new Avengers Endgame movie. So, midnight showing. So I've got a little bit of time to spare, so I thought instead of waiting around at home, I'm going to pop into town early and just plug in to charge for a short while. And whilst I do that, I thought I'd start talking about kind of my Tesla warranty experience. The car's going to go in on Friday, so not tomorrow, the day after, for some warranty items. And it's kind of when it comes to service and warranty that sometimes Tesla can take a long time. So I'll talk about the things that need fixing and see how long the experience is, and yeah, if it's any good or not. So roll the intro and I'll get popped up. Okay, so this is rather fortuitous and annoying at the same time. It's currently 10:56, but as you'll see, the car thinks it's 10:25 because it did indeed decide to shit the bed on the way in. So this is the main problem that I have with the car, and really the most important thing that needs to be fixed. So I'll show the camera around and show you what's happening. So basically, as you can see, the clock hasn't really changed and nothing is responsive whatsoever. And this can happen from time to time, but you need to then reboot it. So if you see, again, nothing is happening, but you can see my name is currently there, so my profile and everything is set. And now I need to basically hold down both of these scroll wheels, and then the screen will turn off, and it will do a soft reset. So let me just show you that now. Okay, so what's supposed to happen now is just this screen on its own is supposed to reset. Over here should stay exactly the same, but it won't. This will continue to reset. This will then go blank and reset as well, and then I will have lost all of my settings. Again, there's no rhyme or reason why this is happening. I was just driving down just now. Spotify stopped working, so I went to change to a different track, and the screen wasn't working, and then this is what happens. So just let things currently reset, and you can see up here, sorry, oh, there we go, so that's resetting as well now. And you'll notice when it does finally reset, it will have lost all of the odometer information. So you can see right now, you can still see some information, but that will gradually all go as well. And yeah, hella frustrating, because a soft reset shouldn't do this, so it's annoying. There we go, so all the settings are gone there. Then once this finally comes back up, okay, so it's finally reset. I've still got cell coverage, which is good. You see the profile's all gone, and basically all my settings will be gone as well. So we're looking Spotify and radio, everything all back to standard, and you can see, oh, even the car thinks it's at Tesla HQ. Okay, so yeah, that's the kind of main issue. And then the other issue I have, which I kind of alluded to a moment ago, is that it's like the cell module or something just stops working. I get no reception and no one to try and make anything work any differently. So that kind of sucks. So that's the main kind of things that need to get urgently addressed. And the other things are majority things that I knew about when I purchased the car. So first one being the rear cup holders fail to eject, so you push the eject button and they don't do anything. You have to kind of drag them out. There's also a slight squeak from the steering column, so when you turn left or right it makes a little squeaky noise. Just needs lubrication, I'm sure, so again, not the end of the world. I noticed there is a very slight movement of the seat when accelerating, so it just kind of rocks back slightly. I think it just needs kind of padding out a little bit, and I believe that's a relatively common and known issue. The airbag light randomly sometimes comes on the dash as well. I noticed that was happening actually on the drive down, and it seemed to kind of happen at the same time as all the stuff frozen. So I'm not sure if it's connected or not. It might just be a loose connector underneath the seat or something. The other thing is there's some yellow banding around the screen. So again, I knew about this when I bought the car. It's a known issue, and Tesla say that they don't have a proper fix for it, but they plan to have one in the summer. So basically, if you have the screen changed out, it will just come back again. So Tesla stopped changing the screen until they fix it. You don't really notice it that much, but it is an issue. Slight bit of wind noise from one front windscreen area, but that might just be normal. Also notice I'm missing, well, I don't seem to have a wheel nut remover, so just the wheel nut cover remover to get that sorted out. Okay, so the battery ran out. It's now the morning. Got home just after 3 AM. Avengers Endgame was amazing, but let's carry on talking about the warranty stuff. So the universal charger that comes with a Tesla, one of the little clips that holds the 3-pin plug in, seems to be missing. I didn't realise it at the time when I purchased the car. Tesla said they would replace that under warranty. It's actually really good. I do occasionally get a little bit of clunky movement from the passenger side wing mirror. Hasn't done it for a while. So instead of having a nice smooth motion when I go into reverse, it can sometimes be a bit clunky, so I'm going to get them to have a look at that. Shouldn't be the end of the world though. Then also want to get them to do a little check on the DAB radio reception. So looking online, people do say that the digital radio reception in the Teslas isn't great. I just wanted to just double check because it is noticeably poorer than on kind of previous cars like Audi and BMW have had. And then there's a couple little, just a little bit of rattly from the kind of the left dash area and kind of behind my head here somewhere, a little bit of rattle noise. So I'm going to ask them to have a little look at that as well. And then the only other thing is I've noticed that when I try and use the voice commands, typically on the first use it doesn't work, so it's like it's buffering or something. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, and then the only other thing is to get them to look at changing the wheels and the spoiler on the logo or the image of the car, just to match the arachnids that I now have and the boot spoiler. So again, nothing major, some niggly things, so we'll see kind of what the experience is like. I'll be heading off tomorrow to drop the car off, and yeah, hopefully everything goes well, and I'm hoping I'm going to get a Tesla as a loaner car, so I'll update just a few seconds once I do the collection and say how things are.
In the evening you'll be calling. In the evening you'll be calling. In the evening you'll be calling.
Right, so I'm back home. I got a black 2016, I think it is, Tesla Model S, 85 kilowatt hour. So it's going to be interesting. I'll do a separate video on that because that's obviously an older, slightly older car, pre-facelift. It's got Autopilot 1, so it'd be good, I think, to share with you guys what a slightly older Model S is like, to help you with your buying decisions. They said they had the car for a couple of days, so let's call it a week. see what happens. I meant to say though, the drop-off process was really smooth. They told me to be there for 8. I got there just before 8, but I was on my way by 8:05. So quite a nice kind of little showroom, kind of waiting area. They have one of those little Tesla Flyers, little kids car. They're pretty cool, but about £500. So don't maybe buying one of those. But no, so far good process. Everyone was helpful and friendly, and yeah, see how we go. Okay, so I got my Model S back. I'm sat in Birmingham traffic, but I thought I would kind of talk about kind of how things went, how the service was. So as mentioned, I went to Tesla Digbeth in Birmingham, and a lovely lady called Jo has been the one that's been helping sort me out. Everything's gone really well. They've pretty much done and taken care of everything, and I guess the one thing that is interesting, it's really nice to get back into your own car. Even though I had a nice Model S as a loaner, it's nice to get back into your car and be like, oh yeah, I like this. But yeah, so I've got the car back and they've pretty much done everything. So I've got a new UMC in the boot for charging, which is great. They've updated the images on the car so that now it's now got my Arachnid alloys on and the boot spoiler. They've fixed the issue I was having with the UMC, so now if I do a soft reboot, only the one screen reboots. I don't lose all my settings. They said it was an old firmware issue, something had gone wrong somewhere. So I tested that all seems to be working. And that also was linked to the issue with the cell reception and the airbag light, and also the voice command. The voice command is still slower in this car than it was in the loaner I had. So I still need to see how that goes, but everything seems okay there. Also sorted out the squeak I had in the steering rack, and the cup holders now work, which is fantastic. They, I think as I mentioned, they're going to replace the screen later in the year and the windscreen to kind of sort out a little bit of wind noise I've got. The door handle, I had an issue with the rear passenger door handle. It's kind of an intermittent one, along with the passenger wing mirror kind of movement. When they did their test, it all worked fine, so they said they couldn't identify anything that needed to be fixed. So if it happens again, take a video and send it to them, and that will help them. They also found that not a lot of movement in the seat when they're driving it, and actually I'm sure they haven't done anything, but the seat does feel firmer, so maybe it is, you know, a bit like on my Lotus, there is a little bit of movement in the seat. And I think that was it really. Most of the things were linked to the fact that the software got a bit clunky, but yeah, everything is really good. I'm really happy with the service I had, so I recommend Birmingham Tesla for servicing, and I'm just going to stay here sat in traffic and eventually get back, and if I notice anything when I get back, I will just wrap up the video with anything I missed, and also looking forward to seeing what this new software update is that's ready on the car. So thanks Tesla for making my first warranty experience a pleasurable one. I leave satisfied and continue to be a happy Tesla owner. Thanks for watching this video. A thumbs up would be really appreciated. If you're interested in other geek type videos, please consider subscribing to Spectrum Geeks. Why not also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. And before you leave, why don't you check out one of these other videos that may be of interest. Thanks again for watching.